It's time for the Northwoods Cooking Show. Starring Uncle Roy and Miss Callie, the troublemaking dog.
Happy St. Patrick's Day from the Northwoods Cooking Show. Hello, happy St. Patrick's Day, and welcome to the Northwoods Cooking Show. Today we're doing our special edition for our St. Patrick's Day special. And I'm your host, Uncle Roy, and my special leprechaun assistant, Miss Callie. Alice, come here, Callies. Oh, yeah, look at her. She even got her little blings on. Yeah, little blings. Come here, sit pretty. Come here, sit pretty. Come here. Sit pretty. Yeah, oh, yeah. Oh, and shaking paws, and her bling is a blinking. Look at her. Oh, yeah. And see, she got her little headband on. Says, kiss me, I'm Irish. Yeah, Miss Callie, the leprechaun. So today we're going to be making we're going to make 3 different dishes. First of all, we're going to do the traditional corned beef and cabbage. Now there's different ways of making it. This just happens to be my way. I'm going to do it in the crock pot. So if you're going to work and you don't have time to make the traditional dinner when you get home, crock pot is perfect. Just make sure you spray the inside of your pot first, just to keep it from sticking. And I've got myself a 3-pound brisket of corned beef. Now this we're going to take and put right directly into the crock pot. And I just want to cut this open, drain off that excess juice, and save the little seasoning packet. But you want to take and rinse that off quite well. And we'll just plop this. Now you want to check that fat too. If there's a heavy layer of fat, you can just cut that off pre-hand. But this is pretty good. So we're going to put that right in the pot. And we have the little seasoning packet. I know some people don't care for this, some people do. It's all your own personal preference. There's just a lot of good spices in there. I like it. And that just goes right on top of the corned beef. And for my vegetables, I've got onions, celery, and carrots. I got 2 onions, about 4 stalks of celery, and about 4 carrots. Let's see, celery, onions, and carrots. Those I took and I got all the peels in here. I got the butt ends and tips off of the carrots, the celery ends, the ones we don't want to use, and the butt end of the celery, and all the onion leaves too. This is what I use in making my soup stocks. But this is what we're going to take and throw in our pot here. See, the peels and everything go right into the pot. This is going to give our brisket a huge difference in flavor, a nice flavor. A lot of people put plain water in it and it just doesn't give it a good enough flavor. You want some flavor to that. Then we'll just take and fill this up with water, turn her on, and we'll go to work. Come home and it'll be done. That'll be the brisket. Oh, wait, the little leprechaun. Yeah, she helping. Yeah. So now we're going to cut up the cabbage. Very simple, just cut off a very thin end of the butt. And we'll just take off these outer leaves first. And remember now, when you're cutting your cabbage for this dish, you want to quarter it. If it's really a large head, you might want to 6 or even 8 it. And I probably am going to do this into 6 because it's a little bit wider. But don't decore your cabbage. Leave that core in there because that's going to hold all your leaves together. Otherwise, your leaves will fall apart, fall off, and it'll just disintegrate. So you want to keep this together so that when you go to serve, you can get a nice piece of cabbage for your guest without having it to be all dissolved and broken up, and you're sitting there with a strainer trying to fish out the cabbage. This way it keeps it all together. That's a good tip. And we can just throw away those pieces. And for my potatoes, I've got myself the little reds. Just love these. You don't have to peel them. You can just leave the peels right on. And all of these vegetables, these are already rinsed off though, make sure you wash them well, are all going to go into a big pot. And we can take and boil that when we come home in the afternoon to check our brisket. Because these aren't going to take that long, probably about 20 minutes, half an hour, but about 20 minutes. Just, you know, until you get your tenderness, stick it in with a fork, or a knife, I mean. And with my carrots now, these are in small enough pieces, so it shouldn't take very long. It might even be less than 20. We'll have to, you know, test it as you go along. But the same way now with the onion. We peel the onion, but we leave the butt end on. And that way, when you cut this into half, you can cut this into quarters. You got that butt still hooked on to your onion. And that way, same way as with the cabbage, these are going to all stick together and you're not going to have little pieces flying all over your pot. And you don't have to fish those out either. These will be in big chunks. So this makes it so much easier and swifter. And we'll just cut these up again and just leave that butt end attached so that our onions stay together. Now you might lose a little centerpiece or something along the way, but that's okay. Like this one just popped out. Well, that's because the center wasn't all the way down connected to that butt end, that's why. But by having that butt end though, it keeps most of that onion together. And you want all these together so that you have a bigger chunks, almost like a boiled dinner. And then we'll just put all of these in our pot and we'll bring these to a boil when we get home from work tonight.